Well, hello, Year 5, welcome back after your half term. Hope you're all well, ready for another exciting trombone lesson. Let's just remind ourselves how to put it together. Always keep it this way up, open end at the bottom. I don't want to see anybody putting their trombone together that way. Remember, you play it, you don't fire it. This way up. Right hand, left hand onto right hand, little wiggle. If you have a screw, do it up. If you don't, just give it a twist. Mouthpiece in the top. Okay, so you should have a handwritten sheet. I've had computer problems. I've had to download software which hasn't worked, and so I've done it by hand this week. And here it is. Lesson 6, worksheet 6. And if we play our cards right, there might be a lesson 7 next week, but lesson 8 will be live, possibly, face to face. Let's hope so. So, let's just remind ourselves, the lowest note you can get, followed by 6th position. You should be playing along for this, by the way. 4th position. And make sure that your note is roughly the same as my note. 3rd position. 1st position again. Now I know you know this, but I'm reminding you that that note is 1st position, and the first note was 1st position, and they're different. First note, the note we've just got to. Good, so we are now at the 1, halfway through the top line on that 1. Good God, it's difficult to do this backwards. We're on that one there, on the 1. So we're going from the 1 to the 4 to the 2 to the 1. And you know what? A little revision wouldn't be a bad idea at this stage. So you could pause the video right now and just practice that scale again. You really need to be able to get it about this speed. And down again. It's really important that you learn that scale. You learn how to play in the correct positions, and you learn how to pitch the correct notes with the right tension in your lips. Good. Underneath the top line is the 2nd line marked quiz line, and the whole point of the quiz line is that it's a jumble up of all the notes that you have on the top line. Only they're not in any particular order. They're all random sequence. So look at the first note. See what line it's on. My first note is on the middle line, the 3rd line. So if you can't remember what that is straight away, look along the top. Oh yes, it's on the middle line, it's 4th position. The 2nd note is on the 3rd space. If you don't remember what position it is, look along until you see one on the 3rd space, and it's got a 3 over it, so it's 3rd position. And what we're trying to do is to get you to look at the position of the note on the stave of 5 lines and tell immediately what position it is with your slide. So I'm going to go through the notes. You can go through the notes. You can cheat if you like and watch my slide, or you can work them out, or you can pause the video and go over them yourself. Here we go. First one. It was 4th. It's 3rd. it's sixth. The fourth note now, it's first position. It's fourth position. It's sixth position. Now there's a note with a funny shape in front of it. If you've forgotten what it is, let me remind you, it's a natural. It's a natural, and we have naturals to cancel out when we have flats. The second note on the quiz line and the fourth note in the scale at the top is an E flat third position. But if it's got a natural in front of it, like the one we've just come to, it's second position. Next one is on the middle line. The next one is in sixth position. The next one is in first position and it's low. Now this is a big jump, and it's really difficult because you've got to go from this note to the one on the top line, which is second position and is much tighter with your lips. And then the top note of the scale followed by the last note of the scale. So you might like to pause the video and just go through that quiz line again, reminding yourself of how to recognize the position that the slide goes in by where the note is on the 5-note stave. If you're not going to, or even if you have done, replayed that bit or paused the video, I'm going to go on to the next bit called Jazzy Rhythm. Now I've written the rhythm down, but I'm not expecting you to work it out. I'm going to play it to you, and I'm going to play it to you so that you can recognize it and repeat it by ear to me. So what you've got to remember is that it's all the same note. So you don't need to worry about your positions, you can just play. Here's the rhythm. And as somebody described to me once, the penguin with one eye is a pause, and that means that you hold the note on for longer than it actually says. It says 4 beats, but with a pause on it, it could be 6 or sometimes even more beats. The main thing to remember is it's longer than it says it is. So let's just try that rhythm together. I don't know if you can play along with me. If you can, join in. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Now, it'd be a good thing if you could play that on your own and I could play something else at the same time. I don't know, we've never tried this. It might work, it might not. But, you know, life's for experimenting with, isn't it? So, I'm going to play it through one more time, and then the second time through, I'm going to play something different. And maybe instead of repeating it just once, why don't we play it 4 times in all? So we actually do the whole thing with repeat twice before we get to the last note. Let's see what happens. So you are going to play along with me, and then after 2 times through, I'm going to be playing something different. 2, 3, 4. I wonder if we actually ended up at the same place at the same time. If you like that, then you could rewind, go back, do it again. But we've got something else now. So we're going to do some little jazzy piece. It's called Trombone is Fun. I mean, I've just called it that. We can call it anything. For this I need some more gear. I need my jazz glasses, which is my jazz glasses. And I need my jazz hat, which I'll put my jazz hat on. And of course, if you wish to use a jazz hat and jazz glasses, you can do that too. But this is how it goes. Look at it. It's the same rhythm, except some of the notes are different. Okay, let's all play through together. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that last bit is a bit tricky. You might need to practice that slowly on its own. It's the last 4 notes of the scale at the top of the page. Okay, enough frivolity. I'm going to take my jazz hat off and my jazz glasses and put my serious glasses back on, because we're going to finish with an arpeggio. An arpeggio is a posh word for a broken chord. Some of you play the piano, some of you are learning the piano. In the piano you have chords where you play 3 notes at once, sometimes more. 3. An arpeggio is taking the notes one at a time and playing them separately. So instead of playing them all together, you play them one at a time. Now this exercise helps your breathing and it helps your slide movement. Just about managed it in one breath because I didn't take a very big breath. I'm going to try it one more time, and you are going to try it 2 or 3 more times. So, that's about it really. Make sure that you learn the top line of notes thoroughly, that you know when you see the notes, you know that you can play them in tune and accurately. Look at the quiz line, play it backwards, play the notes in a different order. Learn the jazzy rhythm, learn Trombone is Fun. When you have learned to play this, make up some catchy words for it. Trombone is fun, so get some today. I don't know, whatever you want to do. And we'll have a little competition, see who can make the most interesting words. So, goodbye Year 5, and I'll see you next week.